Welcome, guys. This is the what is it? Otaku Couch?
Otaku Talk.
Otaku Talk.
Yeah.
And today's video, well, it's gonna be pretty much everything that happened during the Crunchyroll anime.
Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So we're going to be discussing whether we agree or disagree. And if we disagree, we're going to have to say which anime / whatever topic or character we think should actually win.
Or had the potential to win, really.
Alright, so we disagree for some of it. So we're going to
The majority of the part why we're doing this is because for the past few years, the majority of the awards has been given to like shonen or the most popular animes in Crunchyroll, which doesn't really give a chance for other animes to shine. And I figured that, this is a good way to recommend some actual good animes from people who have watched multiple shows throughout the 2008 season of anime. So for the first one, we're going to do Best Protagonist. And
so for Crunchyroll, they picked Tempest, which is the slime from I Got Reincarnated as Slime.
Yes.
So
pretty much.
All right. So do you guys agree with that?
I disagree. For me, I picked I picked my man Demon Lord from
Ainz.
Yeah, no, from
How Not to Summon a Demon Lord?
How Not to Summon a Demon Lord.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the reason I picked him is because he's a funny character, and it was just a fun anime to watch, and then it was really interesting watching him balance his reasoning in the show, because he had to act like he was, I guess, like a villain, but at the same time, he acted differently towards the two girls he carried along his side. And I thought he was just a very fun, entertaining character that really, I feel like he deserved a little, a spot in the nomination.
All right, so I actually picked my boy. It's your boy, Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins for my best protagonist. He's not main protagonist, but it doesn't say main protagonist. So yeah, I picked Escanor because he's OP. Under the sun.
Oh, yeah. For mine, it was pretty much Ainz. Well, the thing is, he's...
Ainz un goal.
Hell yeah. Even though he's mostly an antagonist, but as a protagonist for his own story, he pretty much plays the actual part, even though he doesn't know what the hell he's doing for most of the time. But still, he plays it out the way he wants it to play out.
All right, okay. So we're gonna Crunchyroll did best antagonist, which we don't really have an opinion, so we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, it was actually what was it? All for One from
All Might. I mean, yeah, from My Hero.
From My Hero Academia.
So I don't think we qualify to change that topic, so we're gonna skip that. And then we also have best boy character, which we're also gonna skip.
Yeah, because like we don't judge boys.
Yeah, we only
judge women.
All right. So next is best girl. All right. So Crunchyroll picked Mai from Bunny Senpai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any input? Well, for me, I picked Yuna from Yuna and the and the Haunted Hot Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, first of all, I'm a big fan of like kind of like those harem kind of animes, and I figured like, I don't know, I watched Bunny Senpai, it was good. The reason I like Yuna more is because, well, her character design is like unique, and it was just something different, that's primarily what I went for, is like the character design and just her situation. Just the whole atmosphere around her was kind of unique, and that's pretty much why I picked her.
All right. So I picked it's actually also on the list for Crunchyroll. It's Anzu from Hinamatsuru. I think out of Mai is also good. I actually really love Bunny Senpai, but she's not even best girl, but that's for a different video. Anyway, I think the best girl of the year was Anzu, because from like episode 1 to in episode 1 or not, when she showed up in like episode 2, she was a fucking brat. She was like this rebellious asshole kid. And then in episode 13, she was like the most different person, like modest, like very responsible, like a completely different character, which I actually liked. So that's why I picked Anzu.
Alright, well, for mine, it was pretty much Jericho from Seven Deadly as well. So, the reason why is because from when Garen was facing off with Ban, well, the thing is, she took the whole entire group to safety, even though that she was just a regular human being with not very strong magical attributes for her, even though she was just an assistant magic knight, which says a lot because she actually did a lot for both Bon and what's her name, the fairy girl. So that's why I chose her as one of the best girls for the 2018.
Okay.
So pretty much I see that you guys went for character development. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm pretty the most shallow one over here. I went for character design.
Or just looks. All right.
For just look, I went for looks, alright. I guess the next one is
Best anime opening.
Best anime opening. Honestly, when I watch anime, I just skip the openings.
All right, so you don't have an input. So just for background, Crunchyroll picked the opening for Darling in the Franxx,
Oh yeah.
which I didn't like. That's why we're here. I think the best opening is fucking Kimi no Se from Bunny Girl.
Bunny
The
Girls.
opening for Bunny Girl is the best. All
It
right,
has to be the best.
it's the best. Fuck everything else.
And hands down, it just has to be the best anime opening of the year.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't even know why it's not best anime. So I'm salty about that, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so we do agree on that one.
You guys. I
Okay.
mean, I have no input.
Okay,
on
all
it.
right. So okay,
Yeah.
then.
And then the next one is gonna be what is the next?
No, so best ending we don't have an input
We
for that.
don't have any input for best ending. 'cause
Voice actors we don't have input. Japanese English we're gonna skip that. Best director we're also gonna skip.
What we're not gonna skip is best animation. I kind of agree with Violet Evergarden. I really thought it was really well done. They put in a lot of time and just they have a lot of great talent when they produce that. So I think it's actually deserves more recognition, to be honest. If anything.
Yeah, so for best animation, I think definitely Violet Evergarden. So Crunchyroll made the right decision.
Yeah, Violet Evergarden has to be one of the best animations there is out there, especially with its vibrant colors. It's the way they foretold this story, even though it's like the storyline was greater than even the animation itself, but still, I have to give all credit to Violet Evergarden and all the producers and directors for that.
It's all that Netflix money, by the way.
Exactly.
That Netflix original, even though whatever. It's Kyoto Animation, so you can't go wrong with animation.
You can never go Kyoto.
All right, so moving on. Best anime film. So Crunchyroll had My Hero, of course. It's Crunchyroll. So what do you guys think?
I mean, I disagreed. I actually went with the Seven Deadly Sins, Prisoners of the Sky. I like the show, and the movie wasn't a disappointment too. It was kind of well done, and then it had the same character. Like they just did a very good job on making it feel authentic, as if it would be like another episode in the series. That's kind of why I enjoyed it. And it was like a small adventure that they just went on.
Yeah, it's like a good short story.
Yeah, it's a good short story, nothing too crazy. And it was just very fun to watch,
And for that movie, it's pretty much was canon.
Yeah.
Let's not just
A
forget
little
about
bit
that.
canon,
A little
yeah.
bit
It's a little bit
They
canon
did
in
mention
there.
what's the name of the villains? The six
The Six Paths, I believe.
something like
Six
that.
Paths of Righteousness.
Six Paths of Pain. Are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
No, I forgot. So it was mentioned. I remember it was being mentioned in the anime. So I don't know how canon it's going to be. Like people say it's canon, but it's a little canon.
We'll
I feel like.
We'll see.
It has little aspects in there from
Alright,
season
so what
2.
do you have?
For me, it was pretty much Broly. I'm sorry, but it has to be one of the best movies I actually ever seen, especially since I've seen it twice in the theater.
Oh yeah.
So
With Dragon Ball Z Broly.
yeah, man.
Dragon Ball Z Broly was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So just disclaimer: it came out in Japan 2018. So
Yeah, so
it came out here in the US 2019, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It still counts for 2018.
Yeah. So for my pick, it's also same thing. Came out in 2018, but released in the US in 2019, which is Pancreas.
Yeah.
I saw it like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, I'm still sad about it. It's just a really sad movie, so I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's what my best movie is. So
Actually, before we continue, I would like to give an honorable mention to Mirai. Mirai was also pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Really good, actually. And,
so how come you didn't pick it over?
Because the reason I didn't pick Mirai over the Seven Deadly Sins is for pure enjoyment.
Okay, all right.
I enjoyed more, it was more fun to watch the Seven Deadly Sins. Mirai was good in its own aspect because it was kind of a little bit relatable. It was like a really nice story.
It's like a coming of age story versus
Yeah,
like just a fun action.
Yeah, fun action.
Yeah,
So-
because pretty much Mirai takes place with the main character, which is his brother, with his wild imagination and how he sees aspects of the world between himself and his family and everything around him.
Yeah. So it was like just a nice perspective on like the imagination of a young boy, also with like a lot of creativity, and also what also made it really good was the thought process behind the anime was actually inspired from
Real life.
From real life events from the directors
From his from he was younger, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching that.
Yeah, so it was really good. So if you guys get the chance, please watch Mirai.
It looks like you like it more than you talked
I
about.
know,
Talked about Mirai more than freaking.
Well, I still have to give it to the Seven Deadly Sins.
All right, okay. So,
but I figured that we do an honorable mention for Mirai because a lot of people didn't get a chance to see it because it only aired.
select theaters
So
for like
it's kind of
2 days.
It's kind of like one of those cult.
All right, so so moving on. Next is best character design. So Crunchyroll picked JoJo.
I can't agree with that.
I'm not disagreeing. JoJo,
They agree. I'm gonna disagree. I'm still gonna say Val Evergarden is best character design. Just as style and animation, I don't know. I just love it. I think it's better than JoJo. I mean, don't get me wrong. JoJo is good as a character design. It's like you can't mistake JoJo's animation for anything else. It's very unique.
Pretty much, especially
so
with
that's the thing,
David
though.
Production.
Yes.
David Production has been doing it constant, and the animation for that hasn't changed ever since season 1 of Phantom Blood. So I have to give it out to them since it's always been constant, and the animation just gets better and better, and it's just the same style over and over. So nothing has changed for them.
So yeah,
and hopefully they go on the same path.
So they picked JoJo. I picked Violet Evergarden, which I think is best character design. So Crunchyroll agreed with them. So okay, that's it. So next one is a hot topic: anime of the year. So Crunchyroll picked Devilman Crybaby. All right, ramens. By the way, here's ramens. We forgot to introduce ourselves.
All right, for the best
anime of the year.
Jeez.
The most important topic.
I gotta say, Violet Evergarden. I'm sorry.
All right,
That has to be the best.
Best anime, okay.
Okay, for me, I always go for pure enjoyment. The best anime for me of this year, I feel like I would have to give it to ssss Gridman. And
Rika Take the Eyes.
Yeah, you know what? The reason why I think it's the best anime, it's because there's very few of it, like of its kind, that has been released, and it also kind of gave me like that nostalgic feeling, like I'm watching like the Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, because it's
so it kind of reminded me of like my childhood. So it was something that was enjoyable. It was well done. It had action. It had like a decent storyline, and I feel like no one really paid much attention to Gridman. And honestly, I thought it was probably one of my most enjoyable watches of 2018.
Right.
So
that's
pretty much that's why I picked it. Yeah.
Okay, so my best anime of the year, I'm gonna agree with Violet Evergarden. I think it's like probably the best anime that came out in quite some time. Actually, it's like everything about it. It's like amazing animation, sound, character. It's a little slower than most because it's like it's a more of a character show rather than like a plot show. It's just like Violet just like learning about herself.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
it's not for everyone, but I think it's the best. If you're if you're not really big into shonen and you don't mind watching something a little different, I think Violet Evergarden is like definitely the best of the year. All right, so that's that. I
apologize again that we have our head down, but we're just trying to.
I'm trying to think.
We're trying to think.
Okay, so
we have a list of like all the categories, and we're just trying to do it as we go. That way, it's more fluent.
All right, so best fight. So Crunchyroll picked the fight between All Might and All for One from My Hero.
From My Hero Academia.
Okay, so do you guys agree with that or disagree?
No, I have to disagree with that. I know it's one of the best fights, also because a lot of people have been, hoping to see a good fight between those two, especially since if a lot of people read the manga, we know that it's a very hyped up fight within that chapter. But I have to go with Esterosa versus Escanor. That fight has so much meaning to it, especially right after what goes on with the main protagonist, which is Meliodas, and he's the only person who actually has the will and the fight and the power to bring it down to with the Ten Commandments, especially with their top Esterosa, who also put up a good fight with them.
Is that even a fight? Because in the anime, strictly in the anime show, Escanor basically just wiped the floor with him.
Oh,
So I don't know if it's a fight. It's like one-sided.
It's a one-sided
Maybe
fight.
it was a 2v1 and they both ran away from Escanor.
It's true.
So I mean, it was a good fight.
It was a good fight.
It was like a beatdown. All right, so what do you have?
I mean, for me, it's gonna be Gridman versus Alexis. I thought it was a great fight. It was like a good finale for the series itself. It was just, they had everything. It had explosions, had kicking, punching, had everything you could think of. I feel like I said, it should be a fight that you should watch. I would pay-per-view it. You know, that's how good it was. You know, I'm not supposed to tell my opinion, but you know, but yeah, that's what I picked for best fight. Gridman versus Alexis. It's very well done, and illustrated and everything.
All right, so for my best fight, I have actually we haven't mentioned this anime yet. It's from B the Beginning. You guys remember that from Netflix?
I haven't
no,
actually-
all right.
I haven't even thought of that.
All right, so in episode 3, the main character, what's his name, Koku versus Iza. Let me see, I have it. Izanami. They had a fight in the river, like slow motion while it was raining.
Yes.
It was a very short fight. Like the fight lasted like maybe 2 minutes, but it was like perfectly like done.
Choreographed.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like they slowed down time where the raindrops was just bubbles, like water droplets floating in the air, and they were fighting.
Yeah, everything.
So
was
that
like,
slowed down time, and then they cut it. They cut the scene, and then it's like real time, so you could barely like watch them. It was, I don't know, it was just an amazing fight scene. So that's my best fight of the year.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out after this.
Really good. Yeah, really good. It's on Netflix. Give it a watch.
Okay.
So next, best continuing series. Crunchyroll picked Dragon Ball
Dragon
Super.
Ball Super, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Dragon
what they
Ball
picked.
Super.
Actually don't have anything on this, so I'll let you guys take it.
For me, I'm a huge One Piece fan, so I'm gonna give it to One Piece. Every story arc just keeps getting better and better. It transitioned from Don Flamingo recently to the Whole Cake arc, where Luffy went to rescue Sanji, and give it a One Piece. It doesn't disappoint. I feel like every arc gets better and better, and I mean, this year we're actually gonna see Luffy versus Kaido. Hopefully it doesn't. It finishes this year, and yeah, that's my.
Wait, One Piece finishes here?
No.
I was about to say the arc. I was like, whoa, calm down.
He did say it's like 80% finished at this point. So
that 20% is like 5 years, bro.
Hey,
yeah, for One Piece, it's gonna be a very long time.
Yeah.
Until
Okay,
it finishes
alright.
up. All right, so mine it would be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, of course.
it's good. I'm not. Yeah.
It's very good. It's since with the Joestar family, it has so many characters from the JoJo's family line right now, from the beginning with Jonathan Joestar, from Joseph Joestar, Jotaro, Josuke, and now with the newest
a lot of J's, bro.
protagonist is Giorno Giovanna, which is actually one of the best JoJo's adaptation there is, especially with his arc. Right now, they're almost up to the finish. Hopefully, that we get to see a good fight and see how Giorno progresses to become a one of the mob stars.
All right, so that's best continuing series. Crunchyroll also had best icon, which we don't really know.
Yeah, we really didn't.
So we're gonna skip that.
for that.
We have no input. We're actually gonna add our own input. Crunchyroll didn't have, so which is worst anime we've seen in 2018. So that's especially just from us. That's Crunchyroll didn't do this. I'm sure it would have been fun if they did, but okay. So
Actually, it wouldn't have been fun because they would have
yeah.
suffered.
Basically they won't do that because they're not like they're on contract, they're in deals with the Japanese animation, the industry, and they're like, oh yeah, So yeah, this is just for us. So Crunchyroll didn't do this. Worst anime of the year.
This is based on our opinion, so anyone who's watching this,
I mean, I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but
but we will give it.
all right.
Yeah.
So we watched the garbage, so you don't have to. Okay.
Yep.
Taking one for the team, guys.
All right, so for me, I picked Gundam Build Divers. If we have any Gundam fans out there who've watched Gundam Build Fighters Try and Gundam
Press
Build
F.
Fighters,
Press F in the chat, guys.
press F in the chat or in the comment section. Pretty much how it started, it was really good, but then with Gundam Build Divers, it just went in a whole different direction. It was just very poorly executed, and I feel like they tried doing too much that it just made the show really bad. and then just like it was just all over the place, and it was unenjoyable compared to the previous two. So it was like a huge step backwards, or I don't know. So like I don't know what they did with the show. That's my worst anime of the year.
Well, mine would be the worst anime of the year would be Angels of Death. Pretty much all the characters themselves, from the main protagonist and all the other villains in there. Main protagonist had no type of
Some bland characters.
Yeah, no type of development for her. She's very bland. There's no emotion for her. Even up till the final episode, nothing has changed. Same thing with our edgelord.
The entire anime is an edgelord.
Exactly.
It's just like they're being edgy for the sake of being edgy, which is the worst type of edge, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to cut my fingers when I'm watching this. That's how edgy it was. Like, I got cuts.
And for their voice acting, even for Japanese or English, it's just, it doesn't go well with it. Even for, I know the game is very good and it has a lot of horror in it, but still, for just becoming an anime adaptation, it does not go very well.
Alright, so for my worst anime of 2018, it's called Ragnarok. I don't know the full title. I know Ragnarok is part of it. It's the one with the isekai one where the guy gets transported back in time, but it's a fantasy back in time where it's like a general. Then every time he meets a girl, they want to be his little sister, but also wants to bang him, by the way. And then his real sister is stuck. Well, she's not stuck. He's stuck in the past. She's in the present, but he can call her with his smartphone that he brought back in the past to make a phone call to his sister that's in the present. Which I'm like, what? Nani the fact?
The whole entire animation.
Yeah, animation sucks, character sucks, animation design sucks. The harem, like the animation is worse than hentai.
You can't even call it a harem if you have every girl there that wants to bang you calling them your sister.
It's a messed up harem in that sense, but there's nothing good about that show. I don't even know why I watched it. Maybe I just needed to watch something bad to make the good shows even better. You know, just a comparison.
Yeah. I can tell for that. All right, so pretty much all those animations, all the anime that we just mentioned, try not to watch them. It's for your own good, but if you want to, just make sure you leave a comment for what's your worst anime you watched for the 2018. But for us, this is what we thought was the worst, so you guys don't have to.
This is actually our version of the Crunchyroll
Awards.
This is
opinionated, so don't take it with a grain of salt. This is all opinion based.
We try to not pick a lot of shonen because we're not
really into shonen.
We're trying to watch other stuff. We try not to be like the rest of the population.
We're trying to be weebs, right?
We're trying to be weebs.
So we don't want to be normies.
Yeah, we don't want to conform to the norm.
To the society.
But anyway, if you guys have any opinions, if you guys disagree or agree, we can always have a conversation in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys. Catch you guys next time.